Hi friends, my name is Cosplay Vicar. Welcome to my channel. In today's episode, we're going to be exploring how do you stop or make your armour go white when it's kind of gone yellow. So sometimes you might have armour that has gone yellow in the sunlight. So this is ABS plastic. This is a shoulder bell from a biker scout. Now, I was able to do a trade with someone to swap one of my costumes for a biker scout. And a friend of mine is now making the biker scout fit them. It's their costume, not mine. And I've just offered to do some research into how to try and bring back the white of the biker scout armour. It's made of ABS, and it over time has just gone this creamy colour. Now in this light it's much harder to see that it's as cream as it is, but it is very creamy. So I've been researching how do you help your armour go white again, or become white again. There's lots of different videos out there. I've done a bit of research and I've concluded that I want to try something today and show you the results. So this isn't how to do it, this is kind of what happened. So what I've picked up is some cream peroxide, 12%, and this was about £8 on Amazon. This actually isn't the most ideal, and if I come to buy another product in the future, I might look for something a bit thicker. This is very watery. It's not as creamy as I thought it was going to be, but I'm not going to let that turn me off at the moment, because I have tried this. So what I've done is, earlier in the day, it's a beautiful sunny day, I've taken a shoulder bell, I've covered it with the peroxide 12%, I've wrapped it in cling film, and I've had it in the sun for the last 3 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it inside and we're going to wash it down and then just see the difference between this armour and the other one. Now it may well be on the video you don't quite see how yellow this armour is. When I was looking at my camera in setup, it didn't quite pick up how yellow the armour had gone, but I noticed if you turn this inside out and you hold them together, that might give you a bit of a better clue. So let me just come around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside, we're going to fetch in the pieces that I've got in the sun, we're going to wash it down, and then ultimately we're going to see what the difference is between what I've put out there and what this shoulder bell now looks like. So I'm going to head off into my garden and bring in what I've been doing. As you can see, I'm wearing latex gloves. If you're dealing with peroxide, if you've got delicate fingers like me, you probably want to be wearing something like this. So what I've had outside is a shoulder bell, and I've had the belt. What is really interesting is when you start looking at this, the cream that I've put on is now as creamy yellow as what the worst part of the armour was. It's not. So what I thought was going to happen here is I put the cream on and the peroxide would essentially bleach the plastic. That isn't what seems to be happening. I'm watching a number of videos. It's not the sunlight that's affecting it, it's actually the heat. What you're after is the heat and not the sunlight. That's what it seems to be. A number of people I watched online did this in the dark, but using heat. And if you can heat it up. The issue is with ABS and plastic, you can end up melting it. So sunlight is quite nice. It's a nice temperature. But essentially you paint it on, and then it seems to be not the cream on the plastic, but the gases that are produced that seems to help. I'm no chemist, so to say more than that, I'll probably have people in the comments going, "Oh, you're all wrong about that." So I probably well am. So I'm just going to take this out of the cling film. Put that in there just so I don't touch it. Got some warm water and washing up liquid in here. I'm just going to wash this down. One of the things that was concerning me was the thing about the biker scout is it's not completely white. So even though I washed down, well, I didn't do. My friend whose armour this is actually did all the washing of it. I just sat back and watched. Because there's little black spots on it, even though it had been washed down, I was slightly concerned that might affect the process. I don't think it has. from the looks of it. So let me just give these a wash down, and then we'll clear some space and see what they look like. Well, here we go. So I can already see a significant difference between the two pieces of armour, and just how yellow it actually gone, and it's really excited me, and I want to give it a go on the other ones and some of the bits to see, because we are now late in the day, so the sun is going down. But as I say, I don't think it's the sun that is doing the work. I think it's the heat that's doing the work with the peroxide. But this is a bit of a test. I'd love to see if that's true or not. So we'll give it a little whiz, because I can leave it out there at least 3 hours this evening. It's a nice summer evening. See what difference that will make. Now, I can tell you from looking at these two shoulder bells, there's a radical difference, and I'll bring them round to show you, but it has really worked. It's pretty evident that one is a lot whiter than the other. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put some on this one. This has worked. It's not as creamy, as thick as I wanted, but it certainly hasn't stopped it from working. What I'd heard was the creamier it would sit on the armour, but as it's not actually the peroxide that's bleaching, it's the gases coming off it, I think, from the heat that's doing the work. Chemically, somebody in the chat will tell us exactly what is happening in this, but this has worked really well. So this was £7, Kobe Pro, and it's cream peroxide, 12%, 40 volume, 1 litre. So let me show you how to do this. So I've got a kneecap piece here. All I did was I pulled out a roll of cling film, put the piece in the middle, I wouldn't say liberally, I'm not even sure that's the right word. Poured it on, and then with my brush, I just made sure everywhere was covered on the outside of the armour, just to make sure it was all nicely covered up equally. Simple as that. Then I turned it over, just because that's the side you want to keep, and all the cream that's at the bottom, you want that on there as well, I suppose. So I then just simply wrapped it up. What you're going for is a greenhouse effect. The reaction seems to be heat related, so there we go. So that's all that I did on the armour, and then put it outside in direct sunlight, although I'm testing it now this evening to see how it works in non-indirect sunlight. So that's a bit of a test, and I shall let you know. So it's next day, final little wrap up for you. I've done all of the armour now with the cream peroxide 12%, and this is what it looks like. It's gone from being very yellowy to very nice and white. If you have got stormtrooper armour or any ABS armour that's gone yellow, this is a really, really simple way of doing it. A couple of these pieces I left overnight just in the dark to see what it was, because it's been quite warm, and they've gone white as well. I can't even tell you now which ones I did in the light and which ones I did in the dark, but as you can see, they have all gone beautifully white now. There's nothing on these armour that's left yellow that shouldn't be yellow already. So a little white spot at the top's a bit yellowy, but that's meant to be. So there you go. Works really well. I'd love to know if you have made your yellow or yellowing armour white. I'd love to know how you did it. What was your technique in doing this?
Was it similar to this? If you've not done yours before, I'd love to see how it works out for you as well. But friends, until next time, do like, do share the video, do subscribe if you're not subscribed for other videos kind of like this one. But friends, until next time, have great fun cosplaying, and I really hope this has helped you think about whitening your yellowing Stormtrooper armour. It's Cosplay Vicar, over and out.